All right, are we rolling down? Okay. Ready?
I'm ready. Wait.
Okay.
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Heart Next Door podcast. Today is such an exciting episode. We have an amazing guest. As you know, this season we are diving deep into maternal health and family wellness. And today's guest is a mom. She's a business coach. She's a powerhouse. And I'm so excited to have her on. Welcome, 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 Tanisha Reed.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited for this session.
I am so excited too, and I'm going to read your bio, but I just must say that originally I came across you and your business through the Motor City Match program.
Yes.
And as you know, when you're selected for the program, you get a list of different vendors that you can use for technical assistance. And there was like a list of probably maybe dozens, hundreds of them, right? But as soon as I came to your website and your profile, I was like, oh, this is it. No need
I
to go
love
any
it.
further.
I love it.
Yes, Modern Moguls. I love everything about, your spirit and your business. So I'm so happy to have this time to talk with you. So I'm going to read your bio. Tanisha Reed is a business coach, a social media strategist, and professional speaker dedicated to helping entrepreneurs, corporations, and executives unlock their full potential and drive real, measurable results. At 35, she took a bold leap, walking away from a six-figure corporate career to build her own empire. Since then, she's helped over 2,500 businesses across multiple industries grow their revenue, establish their brand authority, and master social media for profit. Her clients have collectively generated millions of dollars using the simple, strategic methods that she teaches. With nearly 150,000 followers across social media, she's built a thriving community of business owners by breaking down complex strategies into actionable, easy to implement steps. Whether she's on stage, speaking at a global conference, leading a corporate training workshops, or providing high-level business consulting, her goal is the same: helping businesses scale smarter, market better, and create long-term success.
I must say that I should carry you around in my back pocket. That was so good, and I guess I was the one that wrote it, but the way that you articulated it so well.
It's you. You are so amazing.
Oh, well,
Yes,
thank
so
you.
I'm so thankful to have you. So that's a lot. Wow, you've accomplished so much. So specifically thinking about your journey, stepping away from a six-figure corporate career, take us back and tell us your story. How did that come about?
Oh, I remember I had just had my daughter maybe a couple years prior. So that's why this is so special to me
Yeah.
because during my transition, I remember my primary thing was wanting to create a legacy for her. So during the time, maybe 2 years after I had just had my daughter, I remember driving to work and I looked up and I noticed the leaves on the trees changing. And when I say it was like the first time I've ever experienced like a season change, and at that moment I just broke down crying. I realized that life was passing me by. I was so inundated with everything except for myself and my family that I needed a change. So it was at that moment that I decided that I was going to put an exit strategy into place. I knew that I wanted not only more for myself, but for my family. My family. That legacy that we all talk about was dependent upon me being able to not work 100 hours a week, not work 80 hours a week, be able to be a real role model for my daughter. So that kind of was like my tipping point.
I love that. I love that so much, especially that legacy piece that resonates with me so deeply. And that was actually going to be one of my questions to you. What does legacy mean to you? But it seems like from your story that means, basically building something and creating something that your daughter can be proud of, that you can be proud of. Is that right?
Yes, and having her not have to start where from scratch, having her to be able to have a point to start from where I left off. So even if you were to talk to my daughter, she's 10 now, she would tell you that my mommy helps people start businesses. I want to start a business. So she wants to be a
Oh,
hairstylist and
wow.
have her own salon and her
Yeah.
own shop. So it's important for her to see how it's done the right way. Because when we were growing up, when I was growing up, I'm not certain that I had too many valuable role models that I could lean into.
Yeah.
So it's important for me to instill that in her.
Yeah, same here. That's so beautiful. And so that's a big thing though. That's no small feat. Like yes, you told the story and it's amazing, but I'm sure like in the actual practicality of it, it was a lot. You talk about making an exit strategy. So, can you tell us what are some things, because I feel like they're the physical actions that you took, but first it was probably a mental
Oh,
shift
yes.
that you had to make, right?
Yes.
So, what are some things that you had to unlearn in order to become the woman that you are today?
I want to say first, I attempted full time entrepreneurship maybe 16, 17 years ago, but it only lasted about 6 months before I ended back at corporate. And there was definitely some things that I learned at that time that helped to pivot me into success this time. And some of those things were you can't go at it alone. I knew that I needed someone who could help me to see things greater. I often say that you can't coach and play the game at the same time, and that was definitely the era or the mantra for my life during my transition. So I got someone that knew more than what I knew, so that way I could learn and I was no longer starting from scratch. But when it came to the mindset, that person was equally as important because I talked myself out of leaving several times. It's scary losing your cushion,
Yeah,
right?
for
Yeah,
sure.
going all in and betting on yourself.
Yeah.
So having someone who sees the greater in you was a pivotal role for me, or a pivotal moment for me, especially when it comes to my mindset. So when I was preparing to leave, I didn't tell many people. I told my best friend and I told my mentor because I didn't want to be talked out of it.
Yeah.
I was making well over six figures, and I had what many people would consider a good job. Oh, you got a good job, girl. One of those type of things. So I didn't want people to talk me out of what was a good thing and miss out on a great thing. So my mindset, I wasn't alone because I had the two people that I just shared, but I needed to be okay with not having the support of family or friends. That's a big thing. So if I could leave anybody who's going to watch this today or years from now, be okay with family and friends not supporting you. Find your unique tribe to help with your mindset and wrapping your arms around it. And ultimately believe that there's something greater that God is pushing you towards in order for you to actually take the big leap to be able to do it.
Yeah, that's wonderful advice. And I think what's so beautiful about that is like coming full circle. You started out with mentorship essentially, and now you're able in a position where you pay that forward. You are that for me,
Yes, yes,
through
yes.
coaching. And I remember our last coaching session, you were talking to me about, getting, like, we've been planning, now get your mind ready to start posting and like putting yourself out there. And I was like, that's scary.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
That feels scary. And so, I'm thinking about what that must have been like for you. So, why did you specifically choose this avenue that you're in, social media marketing and coaching and speaking? How did that come about?
So it was actually my mentor. It's funny that you say that. He always saw something bigger than life in me. And it's crazy because I say the same thing about you. Oh, you're going to be on stages. And it's like, wait, what you mean?
That's
T?
right.
Wait. He did the same thing to me. And he actually proposed the question and said, have you ever thought that the reason why you like starting businesses so much is because that's your passion and your purpose, but you're meant to help other people start the businesses? And once he said that, it was an aha moment. It was like something that went off in my mind.
Yeah.
And which is why how now I became a coach. So I ended up taking on the first few clients, and initially I was going a different route, but once I really understood the questions that the people in my audience had,
Yeah.
it kind of shifted me down the lane that I'm in now. So I think it's important too for me to say I'm an introvert.
Which I can't believe. I
That's because
cannot
you're my
believe.
person. You're my person.
You're mine
So it's easy, right? Like
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you connect with someone easily, it's like I don't have to be guarded. I
Yeah.
don't have to not want to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
here or in this situation.
But not even in that sense, even in the sense that you literally for a living you put yourself out there to the world, and
Yes.
that's a lot.
That's
Like
a
that
lot.
doesn't seem like an introvert. Like how do you do that?
I, I always tell people that God will never give you a talent that you won't need Him to fully live out. So every time before a podcast, before me hitting the stage, before me even going live, I pray, I do meditation. I still get nervous before, I got nervous before I was here with you, right? Like before everything, I still get nervous. But once again, I believe that that's where I'm supposed to lean into God
For
into
sure.
and use Him as my the support and have Him have whatever He wants me to say is what's gonna come out, and I can sleep well at night knowing that.
I receive that. That's beautiful, and that you exemplify that you are a light, and it's very evident that God is in you. So that's so beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm also curious. So when it comes to your particular story, we know we think about marketing. How would you say that your personal story has been a part of the brand that you build? How do you involve that at all, or would you say that's something that people should? Because social media can be overwhelming, right? Like when we think about it, especially from a business standpoint, some people, some moms, that's primarily the audience, may be thinking, "Wow, that's so overwhelming." And, okay, what do I do? What strategy should I take? I'm a business owner. Do I just post about my business? Or like, is it important for me to implement like some heart and like my soul and my personal story? How important was that for you?
I always say that more than likely your target audience is a former version of yourself. So me showing up as relatable, even telling that I'm an introvert, helps for the former version of me to be able to connect. So I often tell my story. I'm a Detroit girl. I'm born and raised in the hood. When I say the hood, I mean the hood. I did go to Cass Tech, but many people, when they hear my story, it's like, wow, right? Because during the era when we were growing up, drugs was heavily out there. So both my parents were addicted to drugs, and it's kind of like I had to find a way or make a way. And I believe that for a lot of people in my target audience, they are either currently trying to find a way, make a way, or they were up against some of the same things. So for me, telling my story is a part of my business. It's a part of my brand. It's a part of the growth that I believe that I can help someone else to make.
Yeah, and I can definitely see that. And it's evident, and I think that makes you more relatable. Even when I went to your website at first and like was looking at your social media, I was like, oh yes, I resonate with so much of who she is. I see myself, I see what I want to be, and that's drawn me to you a lot. So another question I have for the same. We're trying to think about marketing. What's your advice for showing up authentically while still trying to manage like driving results? Like how do you achieve both at the same time?
Oh my gosh. So for me, as someone who does marketing, I don't believe in having 5 different pages. I don't believe, like, we all are serial hustlers, right? We all got 1,000 things that we want to do. But when it comes time to being relatable, marketing, and connecting the two for profit, I believe in selling solutions, selling what I want to be known for versus a actual product or a service. And once I wrap my mind around that, that's kind of the strategies that I teach my students is it's not about the product or service. It's about the solution that someone ultimately wants to make or they need from you. And because of that, since I take that approach, it allows for people to see the results that they desire and be able to hit the buy button because they know that I can help to fulfill that for them.
That's powerful.
Mm-hmm.
That's really, really powerful. And I don't think that we often, at least I've never thought about it like that before. And that
Mm-hmm.
shows, yeah, that shows, your insight and your wisdom. So thank you for that. So as we come to a wrap, I'm curious, what is, in all of your wisdom and all of your marketing experience, your business experience, everything that you balance as a mom, like what's the biggest takeaway that you would want for somebody to learn and to embody from your experience?
Ooh, you are so good at this. You are so good at this, y'all. To just do it, whatever the it is for you, to just do it. Meaning, start the business, get the coaching, get the counseling, start the family, whatever it is that is on your heart, to just do it. Your ducks will never always be in a row. You will never be ready. There will never be a perfect time. All of these things, it's just a matter of just doing it, and your audience will come, the sales will come, everything will fall in alignment once you just start to put one foot in front of the other. So do it small, do it big, but just do it.
I love
Yeah.
that. Enough said. We can drop the mic after that. Okay. So how can they connect with you and learn more about your work?
So you can follow me on social media. My Instagram is mogul, MOGUL underscore maker, or you can follow me on LinkedIn, and my first and last name is Tanisha Reed. That is also the name of my website, tanishareed.com, if you would like to just check out more ways to work with me there.
Awesome, awesome. Well, you heard it here first. Thank you so much, Tanisha, for joining us and blessing us with your wisdom. We'll see you all next time on The Heart Next Door. Bye.